It's the rundown.
I said it before, I've got a very special guest in the building. Oh yes, he's actually in the building right now. Yes, shine your eye. My man is in the building. How you doing, guy?
I'm doing great. How you doing?
I'm chilled. It's not every day we have a man like yourself around. I mean, how you feeling?
Well, I'm great. It's just a busy day today, so feeling the weather and
It's a busy day.
Yeah, it is.
I can imagine. For those who don't know, I've got Niyi from Big Brother House, Season 6, Shine Your Eye in the building. I mean, it's good to have you in the building, but I'm not sure if you're happy to be here right now.
I am excited to be here. Looking forward to it. And
Are you sure? I mean,
Yeah.
another person would imagine that you'd want to be in the house by now.
well, in the house, yes, I would have loved to still be in the house, but since I'm out, excited to be here vibing and just talking. You know.
Okay, very well. Remember to be a part of the conversation. If there's any question you'd like to ask Niyi, remember the number to call is 07001051 If you want to send a text via the WhatsApp platform, that is 0909-916-4403. Now, quick one. Right before Big Brother House, what was your life like?
My life was chilled, at least not the whole hustle and bustle of people getting to know who I am. So yeah, I was just this regular guy who had his business going and focused on family, having a nice time, during the evenings, take a walk, go by the beach, and yeah, do TikTok, especially.
That sounds pretty chill. So when you say business, what type of business were you into?
So I am into fantasy gaming, Premier League soccer fantasy gaming, and also I have an event planning business back in Cape Town that I do with my wife. So yes, those are the businesses I own.
Okay, that is really nice. So
Yeah.
at what point did you realize, I'd like to be a part of Big Brother?
So it was during the Lake-On season, the beginning of the show. My sister sent me a message that, "Nee, why didn't you audition for the show?" And kind of like, that's like bluffing and stuff. So two other people asked me the same question, why didn't you audition? And I already had TikTok going that time. So it made sense that this is why they're throwing this, whole idea at me. And then I looked into it. I said, you know what, it's a great platform, and I would like to be there. Then I auditioned for the show.
Okay, quite interesting. So finally you got into the house.
Yeah.
I mean, it had everybody talking. I remember the day you walked in, some of my friends was like, "Yo, this guy is really tall." I mean, that's like the first thing you would notice. So I checked you up and realized I used to play basketball. At some point you had to stop because of an injury. So what was that process like for you?
Well, it was a sad situation because I was really looking forward to going pro. I was into my A game, and I had sciatica injury back in 2016, and that just allowed that dream die down. I'm still nursing the injury till date, and yeah, it's something that I have to live with.
I'm really sorry about that. So I watched your clip right before Big Brother House, and there was a part where you mentioned the fact that you're actually married, but you don't intend to share that with the housemates.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that was the original plan. That was the original plan I had, during the whole process of, auditioning for the show. I just wanted to have like a game because, I'm a gamer and that's what I do. So why going into the show, why meeting the housemates, the guys we bonded, and I felt like, what, instead of playing a game, I can also be myself, and enjoy the show, be my true self. And I could beat anybody to that game, being myself. So I decided to tell them that, listen, I'm married and stuff.
And do you in any way feel that might have changed the course of things for you?
Well, it's always a two-way situation. It's either, I would have been the gamer in the house right now and probably not been enjoying myself, as much as I did in those 2 weeks. So would it have changed? That I don't know, but what I know is I was myself, and that's what it is.
And if you had to go back, would you actually, not tell them?
Well, looking at the situation of things now, if I have an opportunity to go back, I'll still be myself. I'll still tell them because I think the situation that I used to leave the house was just two people nominating, having the power to nominate housemates. So maybe things would have played out different.
Okay, so let's talk about the wild cards for a minute.
Yeah.
At the time, Big Brother told you guys, I mean, we have wild cards in the building.
Yeah.
Who did you suspect initially? Who and who?
The first person I suspected was Emmanuel. That was only because he approached me about the white card immediately Big Brother announced it, and I just had these whole suspicions about him, like why are you sounding this way? Why are you making me feel like we have to be like a tag team on this one now? So that went for like maybe 2 days. Then I looked past him. I saw Cross at the time. Then at the time I saw Pere, but there was nothing concrete on him, so I just moved past him. Yeah.
How about Maria?
No, I never saw Maria. I never looked at mine. I was like focusing on the guys first. I said, let me get the guys first before I go to the girls. But yeah, it's what it is.
But at any point, were you disappointed? Maybe Pere, to be honest.
Well, you know what? Like once I knew that Pere was the white card, then I knew that I was going to be up for a possible eviction.
You knew for a fact that you would be up immediately you found out.
Yeah.
Why? Because you and Perry weren't getting along?
Yeah, we were not getting along. We already had a confrontation, argument or whatsoever in the house. So I just knew, it wasn't rocket science for me.
Okay, well, for a minute, I saw this on the internet. How certain this is, I'm not sure. But, I mean, you would help me, shed some light as regards that. I saw a part where somebody quoted you that you said, how true this is, I don't know, that a few times Angel made passes at you. Is that true?
Yeah, so Angel, she's a very interesting lady, and she always came to meet me, and when I was having my bath in the shower, she always like say, hey Niyi, do fast, I want to come in, and she's not actually going to get a bath at that time. So she did it like 5 times. I was just always telling her that, girl, if you allow me to get angry. So we're just having this 1 or 2 things, but at the time I was confused if it was something serious or it was a game. You just don't know when you're in the house.
You just never know.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you were not married, is this something you would have considered?
No. With Angel, no. But if I wasn't married, I think the person I would have been closest to or probably think about having something would be Sasuke.
Sasuke? Why?
Yeah.
Why Sasuke?
I just like her vibe, and I'm sapiosexual, so I think we connect that way. That's just it.
Okay, that is quite interesting. Remember, it is still the rundown. I've got Niyi in the building. If there is any question you'd like to ask, is right here. Okay, if there is anything you'd like to straighten out, is right in the building. Number to call once again is 0700-1051. 1051. If you want to, ask a question via the WhatsApp platform, that is 0909-916-4403. So quickly, right?
Yeah.
Towards within the 2 weeks in your house, while you at the Big Brother's house, what was the biggest turnoff for you?
The biggest turnoff for me, I really don't know. I didn't think about that question though. But probably the fact that I'm married, I had a lot of people always reaching out for advices. Even if it wasn't like a situationship advice or whatsoever, they just saw me like this brother to talk to, this elderly person to talk to. Yeah, so at some point it became very boring. Honestly, I just come on, can we just get over this? Yeah.
Okay, so at some point I noticed that, oftentimes at night they were always playing games in the house at the time.
Yeah.
And you were always skeptical about playing. Oftentimes you would say you want to sleep. And help me balance that real quick, because it was more like an every night thingy.
Well,
but you would just say, look guys, I want to sleep, or they're having a conversation. You didn't want to be a part of it. Was that like a strategy for you?
What happened was I started the whole truth and dare thing. The first one that went on the dining table, when we were at the dining table, I started that game, and the pair was really active, and Angel was the only girl who was active in the game as well. So I made him, go around her belly button and stuff. He had fun with that. So I saw that, it was like, oh, okay, married man, huh? You could play this game. So I saw that there was a little trap, that was going to be put out for me during that whole process of truth and dare, and I was just so watchful for it.
So you were really careful.
Yeah, I was really careful about the game.
Okay, so the night the women were introduced, you guys had a little prank, right? Yes. Were you really into the prank, or you had no choice?
I was into the prank, I wouldn't lie. Honestly speaking, like, Saga came up with the prank. I thought it was a great idea. I mean, you know, as a married guy, I wasn't looking forward to any kind of ship or whatsoever, or grabbing and stuff. I said, you know what, I'm down with this prank. Let's do pranks and stuff. So I was done with it.
Okay, so quickly, let me pick your thoughts as regards Pere and White Money.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it has been back and forth for the last few days between the both of them.
Yeah.
So, what's your take?
Well, you know, they're both good game players. It's just that they're playing it differently. I think White Money has learned how to play the game with love. He's playing it with a place from love, and Pere is actually playing it from he doesn't really care what other people's feelings are, or you know, how he gets to the top. And you know, in regards to Big Brother, while I was going through that process, I believe all of us went through the same process, and there was a part where it says, you know, to get to the top, do not lose your comrades with you. So yeah, that's my take on both of them.
Okay, so we'll take a quick break. I will play a certain clip for you.
Okay.
I know you're looking at it right now and you're wondering what could be in this clip that he's about to play.
Yeah.
I need you to listen up, and we'll come back to this clip right now.
Okay. 3 things I would never fight about. Number 1 has to be food, and yeah, that's it. I can't. About my wife, I've been married.
Okay, so you said it there.
2 things I won't fight about.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, but I want to focus on the first one.
Okay.
You said you would never fight about food.
Yeah.
But the first real conflict we saw in the house was between you and Cross.
Yeah.
And was over bread.
Yeah. So first of all, that wasn't my first conflict. That wasn't my first fight. That was like the 4th fight. I had 3 fights before then.
Oh, you were counting.
Oh yeah. At some point, I told myself that, listen, Niyi, you need to chill and calm down. I don't want to be portrayed that way. I was very, very argumentative and opinionated, so I had to chill. About the cross bread fight. It was a thing of 10 guys putting a bag naira together to get bread and other stuff. So we got 3 loaves of bread, and we had Boma keep the breads. Then when it was time for us to get bread, I was like the 7th guy to go get bread from him, and I got on sliced bread, you know, just grab and stuff. And Sammy was also there getting bread. Then I heard Boma saying that, hey, Niyi took all the bread. Niyi and Sammy took all the bread. That was that same day. Then the next day, I didn't like it, and I told him that, see, you can't be saying that, you know. The next day, I saw Cross moving over to Sammy and saying, Sammy, you guys finished the bread, like you finished the bread. And I knew I was going to be the next person called up, and I didn't want that. So I approached him and said, listen, it didn't make any sense. 10 guys took bread, and you want to point out one person, that one person finished bread. How do you quantify that? So that was my argument.
Okay. I mean that makes a lot of sense. I mean, you have to stand up for yourself eventually. Now, looking at Big Brother, you're out now, and you know, you have a proper clarity as to what the world is like, what it was like, and now what it is, right?
Yeah.
So what are the next plans for you?
Yeah, so I have big plans. I'm going to be putting out music soon.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
That's good.
I have a joint with Peruzzi. Shout out to DMW. I also have my boy on the joint. Shout out to Yose. I also have a lot for my gaming platform. We're coming up with new strategies. It will be out there on my space. Then I'm exploring my acting career. I really want to go big in that. Also, fashion is a big thing for me, so you'll be watching me on your screens anywhere you tune to.
Oh, that is really amazing. So, off the top of your head, if you would pick 2 people that are likely to win, who would you pick?
Well, I would pick White Money because he's managed to play the game very effectively to this very point. Then I would also pick Lico Rose because she did, I think this head of house games that she put a lot of effort in it, and what she did, you know, by bringing Saga and Nini to the head of house room is also something that people were not expecting.
Okay, so you feel white money and liquor rose.
Yeah.
So let's assume that we have the reunion show. Let's assume we have that.
Okay.
If you were picking, if you be trying to settle any quarrel, to be with who?
It will be with Perry. I don't have a quarrel with him, but I just think we didn't vibe, and there's a reason why we didn't vibe in the house, and I don't think we could also vibe outside the house. So probably that would be with Perry, if anybody.
So is it safe to say you feel or felt at the time that Perry never liked you, or you don't like him, or it was just mutual?
I think it was mutual. I would say it was mutual because from the get-go, he bonded with Saga and some other people, and I saw myself trying to reach out a couple of times, but that didn't just work. So I think it's mutual. Yeah.
So it felt like you were fenced out, or it felt like they had a clique, and they didn't want you to be part of it.
Well, no, it wasn't like I was trying to be part of a clique, because I wasn't, looking forward to cliquing or whatsoever. But it's a situation of where you do not allow people to actually view people differently. You just probably bring out your point of view and impose it on them. Then they see you differently and stuff like that.
Okay, I totally get that. So is there any part of you that feels like Perry is a bully? Do you feel that way?
Well, I think he portrays himself as a bully. He demands respect. He doesn't earn it. So.
That is really deep.
Yeah.
That is really deep.
Yeah.
Okay, so quick one. I know we get to wrap it up in a beat, but I mean several questions. But remember this: if you are listening, it is still the rundown. Niyi is in the building, and we have just about 6 more minutes before we wrap this up. If there is any question you'd like to ask him, remember the number to call is 0700 1051 1051. If you want to send a text via the WhatsApp platform, that is 0909-916-4403. So before you left into the house, how receptive were the people around you to it?
They were very, very open-minded. I have people who always support me 100%, in short 200%. So from my wife to my family, everybody was in it 100%.
Okay. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, what is your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Sonto.
Okay, Sonto, I've got Niyi in the building.
Yeah.
And he can hear you right now. So is there any questions you'd like to ask Niyi?
Yeah, so me.
How are you doing? Yeah, I can hear
I'm
you.
good.
Okay.
So like I wanted to ask if you have the date for your song now come up Harrison. Like if there's any date for it.
There's no date for it right now, but the date will be released really soon. Please watch my space. You get it there first hand.
Okay.
Okay, Sonto, thank you for that one. Remember, I mean, everybody's anticipating your record already. So are you a rapper or are you a singer? I would like to know that. I'm really curious to know.
Yeah, so I do rap, and I stopped rapping way back in 2004. I picked it up again in 2019. That was because I was going to do a record for my son just to show him that daddy once rapped, and that was my first record.
Okay, that is really. So speaking of your son, how is he?
My son is doing great. He just came out from a surgery today.
Oh,
Sadly,
wow.
I wasn't there, but yeah, he had tonsillitis, and
Oh,
I had
wow, I'm
to be
sorry
taken
about
care
that.
of. Yeah, he's
I'm
doing
really,
great.
really sorry about that.
Yeah, it's fine.
And how's your wife?
She's doing well. She's great. Yeah.
That is really amazing. I think you're a really chilled guy, to be honest. And we would have loved to see you more in the house. I mean, I just really hope you had spent more time in the house. But you know how it is. I mean, you have one plan, other plans come up, but I'm pretty sure you will do so well for yourself, fashion-wise, movie-wise, music. I mean, you dress really well every time. You have the height and everything. So
Yeah. I love to dress, so it's just one of the statements.
That is really nice. Okay, Niyi, it's been quite enlightening, to be honest. I mean, we got to see a side of you today that we probably never saw in the house. Who would have known that you actually do music? Who would have known? So that is really, really, really that is really beautiful. And thanks for coming on the rundown.
It's the rundown.